Kalank is a Sanjay Leela Bhansali film not directed by Sanjay Leela Bhansali. Director Abhishek Varman is a good disciple. He's taken the signature Bhansali tropes and reworked them into a tangled tale set in 1940s India. Kalank is driven by aesthetics and heightened emotion. Beautiful people in exquisite clothes suffer in soft lighting. Like Bhansali, Abhishek creates an operatic fantasy filled with staggering sets, swirling fabric and heartache. Let me warn you, this film is not for everyone. To enjoy it, you must wholly suspend disbelief. You can't question the lack of realism or narrative logic or historical authenticity. This is Abhishek's world. You can only surrender to it. Kalank has been shot by Binod Pradhan, who also shot Devdas. Binod and Abhishek create the same painting-like frames with each shadow and gust of wind carefully designed for maximum impact. Everything is color coordinated. Notice the shades of yellow in the kite flying festival or the pinks in the Sera. The production design by Amrita Mahal Nakai is flamboyant. Bahar Begum's Kotha has to be the most opulent brothel seen in Hindi cinema since Chandramukhi's in Devdas. And the costumes by Manish Malhotra and Maxima Basu Golani are so luxurious that it's impossible to tell who is rich and who poor. The characters of the red light area Hira Mandi also wear beautifully detailed kurtas. And the lehenga of the famed courtesan Bahar Begum gave me wardrobe goals. Meanwhile, Sanjay Dutt as Balraj Chaudhary gets the best shawl collection after Yashvardhan Raichand in Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. Thankfully, all this beauty is tethered to an emotional tapestry that keeps you gripped, at least through the first half. A young feisty girl, Roop, is emotionally blackmailed into marriage. Roop's vibrant introduction took me straight back to the first time we see Aishwarya Rai Bachchan as Nandini in Hum Dil Le Chuke Sanam. Roop arrives in Husnabad, near Lahore, and somehow manages to impose her will on this rich family, so she is allowed to go to Hira Mandi to learn music from Bahar Begum. Roop's entry into Hira Mandi and her first meeting with Zafar, set against Preetham's gorgeous song Ghar More Pardesiya, is choreographed so beautifully that my hair stood on end. Abhishek stages every scene like theatre. Roop is photographed through the large windows in her room to symbolize her entrapment. Ironically, her only escape is Hira Mandi, a place where women are actually trapped. There's an emotional distance between Balraj and his son Dev, so even at dinner or in the office, they're always seated unnaturally apart. These characters deliver the dialogue by Hussain Dalal rather than speak them. But the artificiality works because the emotions feel real. Varun Dhawan has the most complex character, someone who must be both noble and vengeful. He has to walk around shirtless, displaying his formidable abs without looking silly, and make a bullfight with clumsy digital work look authentic. Zafar is a man transformed by love, and Varun skillfully captures both his strength and his vulnerability. Alia Bhatt is equally watchable. She's stunning without a trace of vanity. It's a treat to see her with the other powerhouse in the film, Madhuri Dixit. Both bring conviction to their scenes, even those that border on the outlandish, like Roop becoming a journalist. Sonakshi Sinha manages to make the part of a ridiculously sacrificing wife somewhat believable. Kunal Khemu shows that he's a competent actor who should get more work. And Aditya Roy Kapur does what he can with his fairly one-note role. Strangely, the usually reliable Sanjay Dutt comes off as stiff and uncomfortable as Balraj. There's so much talent and hard work on display, and yet Kalank doesn't dazzle. Bhansali's best films are tinged with a singular madness. There's an abandon in the ambition that Abhishek is unable to summon in Kalank. The film is so constructed that by the last hour it starts to weigh you down. There isn't enough lyricism or recklessness here. In fact, I constantly felt that the makers were just trying to play safe. So Madhuri gets a solo dance sequence, Tabah Ho Gaye. We must also have the heroes dance together, Era Gera. Incidentally, this number with Kriti Sanon shimming between dozens of men feels even more out of place than First Class. Is this really what 1940s India was like? But of course, we can't ask that question. Kalank touches on the layers of relationships between men and women. In one scene when Bahar tells Roop that her husband is a good man, Roop answers with a question. Sirf achhai kafi hoti hai puri zindagi bitane ke liye? But the film never deep dives into these complexities. And the story wobbles precariously when the plot addresses the political climate it's set in, the hate and bloodshed of pre-partition India. There's just no room here for the devastation to be depicted with any authenticity. The story stretches on interminably and eventually exhaustion seeps in. Still, Kalank is likely to be the most visually stunning film you see this year. Besides, Bahar Begum has given me a line that I'm dying to throw at the next boring person I meet. She says, "Kal aayega, filhal is guftagoo se thak gaye hain hum." That's a keeper. I'm going with 3 stars. For more reviews like this, subscribe to Film Companion and also check out our website filmcompanion.in.